Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Today we're going to be doing the review of the Logitech G403 PRODIGY wireless gaming mouse. So let's get started. First, I'd like to talk before we start the review. One thing already. I like how Logitech is coming back to becoming simple design mouses. Why do I say that? Well, as of course you know, my favorite all-time mouse is the G5. Why do I like the design of the G5, the G400S, even the MX518, which we all know and love, and it is the same design? Because it is simple. Simple design means it's going to be more comfortable and really just going to be a lot more comfortable to play for longer periods of time, and also it doesn't really come much as bells and whistles. Like the only thing I kind of hate about the G403, which I'll get to that later, but I like how Logitech is realizing that start by going back, designing mouses simple design and comfortable enough, and it has a really good sensor, and the switches on the mouse is reliable. I'm gonna be a happy person now. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in my opinion, it makes me happy that I'm seeing Logitech is taking a step back for a bit and going to a different direction. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. When Logitech was coming out with these new mouses, you know, I didn't like how the G500S was too big, and I went with the G400 at that time, which I loved the design of it, which was awesome. Now, let me continue with this. Now, when Logitech came out with the G502, I was a little bit excited, but at the same time I was a little bit disappointed because the mouse was already heavy, but it has one of the best sensors. And I got even more disappointed because they're coming out with these weird mouses that looks like a transformer, and it looks like it's about to transform and even kill you. Or it looks like trying to be a little bit funny over here, like a goddamn future dildo. But I really like how now they're looking at it simple, which I love this mouse. I love it. How simple it is, how comfortable it is. Now, size comparison, this mouse is a little bit bigger than the EC1A from Zowie. But honestly, I don't really like Zowie because I don't have the freedom of adjusting the DPIs the way I want to. Now, I've been experiencing different types of DPIs, and lately I've been trying out 600 DPI and about 4% of in-game sensitivity in Battlefield 1, and it's been working great. And also, I really love how this mouse feels because, again, there are some, I kind of like when, matter of fact, I'll tell you a really good story when I went to, ESL 1 New York. Of course, there was a CSGO event. I was there with a good friend of mine, and then the second day I was with another good friend of mine. So I was with two good friends of mine. The first day I was just one of them hanging out with, looking at watching CSGO, watching pro games going at it, and there was a Logitech booth. And I told the representative of Logitech, I said, you guys, I have to really say this, no lie. I said, you guys finally got your head out of your ass, because I kind of like where you're going with this, with the PRODIGY, with the Pro. Simple stuff. I'm really happy. Please, I told the guy, please don't get rid of it, because what you guys got here is making me really happy compared to the other stuff you guys came out with. It was, for me, disappointing. Really comfortable. I really love this mouse. And it's simple, basic enough. I don't need bells and whistles. I don't need crazy designs. 6 buttons, which is more good enough for me. My little gripe is I wish that this scroll wheel can tilt. Now, the reason why I want to have a scroll wheel that tilts is because when I'm playing Battlefield, again, which I said this before, it's a really good feature for me. If I'm playing support medic, I can use easy access using the tilt scroll wheel. If I tilt to the left, I throw my health pack. If I tilt to the right, I can deploy my revival kit or the syringe in Battlefield 1, for example. And same thing goes to support. I can use even C4 dynamite in Battlefield 1, C4 if I'm playing Battlefield 4, and then drop down ammo to my teammates, which is awesome. But that's my gripe about it. That's my only gripe that I hate about it. It doesn't have the tilt scroll wheel. That's the only thing. Another thing that I really do love is that the left click and right click, I like how it has the nice finger grooves, which it is awesome. I like it. Even though Logitech is not the first to design this idea, I had to give credit to Razer, even though I'm not a fan of Razer, but I still have to give credit to them because they're the one that implemented the idea. And I also kind of like that the scroll wheel will not get in the way. And the good thing about it, I don't, by accident, I don't really hit the scroll wheel or at all, which is perfect. And even the DPI switcher or DPI changer, I also don't hit it, that's good also. Now, of course, my favorite part of this mouse is how big they designed the side buttons, which, oh God, I love you guys for this. Reason why I love using the side buttons in any game, including first-person shooters, you guys should try this out because I really recommend this. Now, if you guys play first-person shooters, what's the worst situation that I hate that I have to deal with every time? When your weapon is running low on ammo or you have to reload that primary weapon and somebody rushes in there, you're not going to be standing there and reloading your weapon. You're going to rely on your sidearm. And the good thing about these side buttons, because it is a miracle worker, and the reason why I like them is that easy access I can get to and I can still stay my finger on the left click. So for example, let's put it in other terms. The good thing about imagine like it's a gun that you just it's a little bit hard for me to explain, but bear with me. But imagine it was a gun that you don't have to keep your hands off the trigger and reach your sidearm. Well, that kind of defeats the point of me saying an analogy. So let's cross that out and let's start again. The good thing I like about using side buttons is that the purpose is I can still keep my finger to the left click and still get access to the sidearm and immediately shoot them quick, line them up and shoot them quick, which is awesome. And I kind of like it doesn't get in the way. I don't have no accidents at all hitting the side buttons at all. It's amazing. I like it's for me. From now on, I can say this is the perfect. Ooh, you bastard! How you gonna? You idiot! But for me, I kind of like this is the perfect size for me for the side buttons. I love it. Keep it. Also, let's move down to the sensor. We all know and love it, and we very respect this new sensor. But this sensor is not new. This sensor has been used. The first time we saw the sensor was on the G503. And then start using on the G303 because the G302 people didn't like the sensor and they want to use the same sensor as the G502, which is a 3366 sensor. And I kind of like where Logitech is going because Logitech is not being greedy. And why I'm saying that, reason why I am saying it is because it's more of, how can I say this? The reason why they're not being greedy. Again, I'm sorry for repeating this, but I apologize. But let me repeat. So the reason why is that this sensor, it's even on the Pro, it's almost all the sensors. Of course, on this one, the Y version of this one, you got the Pro M, the G303, the G502, even the G900 wireless gaming mouse. They all have the same sensor. And I kind of like that a lot because most of the times when other companies, if they're going to put a really good sensor, they're going to make you pay a little bit extra money for it. Even though, yes, Logitech does charge a little bit extra money, but at the same time, you know, you can, if you see sometimes, you can go online, Best Buy will have a sale on these mouses, and you can get it for a really good deal, and you're happy, you're good to go, or on Mionix and Amazon. But I kind of like that almost all the mouses that Logitech come out with, I hope they can continue following this path of coming out with the same sensor. Because honestly, I really love this sensor even more because of the comfort of this mouse. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, the weight is a lot more heavy compared to the Y version. The Y one's a lot more lighter. So if you're that person who's really picky with weight, then the wireless is not good for you. Now, what about the wireless technology, Mr. Mike? Well, I would love to answer that question. Honestly, the wireless never gave me no problem. It's the same, put it this way, it's the same wireless technology as the G900. So you know you're going with a really good product. $100, I can a little bit argue, but by the end of the day, it was worth it. My gripe about it is the quality is not that great. There'll be sometimes if I put pressure over here somewhere or you hear, I can hear something like something loose, like a little bit of, let me see, I can do it, and I can show you guys. You guys can hear that. I know you guys can hear that. That type of sound, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me. It really kind of bothers me, but after a while, I don't put pressure in that area. Usually, I would put pressure here most of the times. So it's not a real deal breaker. And I kind of like also about the weights. Also, now you can remove the weight if you want to or not, but 110 grams without the weight. And once you, actually my bad, 107 grams without the weight, and with the weight, which is 10 grams, will be 117 grams. So it almost kind of feels like the G900, but for me, I like this mouse way much better than G900. Now, I'm not going to be discrediting the G900 because the idea of the G900 is more ambidextrous design. But for me, I'm a little bit old school. I like the palm grip design. I like to palm my mouse, which this mouse, it is a godsend when it comes to for a palm grip player for myself, which I am very, very happy. And of course, the G900 is a little bit expensive, but by the end of the day, it's well worth it anyway, because I had it and I like that mouse. It's an awesome mouse. But again, you know, I returned that mouse before because of I have a little bit of pain sometimes while I'm playing long periods of time in gaming, and this mouse doesn't do this. So what are my final thoughts? Good question. My final thoughts are this mouse is worth it. If you cannot afford the wireless version, the wire would be awesome too. The only difference is it's going to be a little bit lighter. But by all, ladies and gentlemen, the only gripe is the tilt scroll. I wish they can have that. I wish they can implement it into this mouse, especially I'm paying a little bit extra money. That would be great. But by the end of the day, it doesn't really bother me. I really love this mouse. I really enjoyed this mouse. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry the review went a little bit too long, the review of this mouse. But honestly, guys, it is worth it. Like, if I want to get this mouse for somebody for Christmas and they wanted it, I will definitely buy it for that person for Christmas. It is worth it. I give this mouse 10 out of 10. This is my daily driver, and I got a name for her already. Her name's Charlene, because I love her. She is sweet. She treats me well. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a good weekend. Goodbye. Be safe. Remember, kids, don't run naked. Don't rob. Don't steal. If you got a car, don't drive crazy either, but it depends. Depends. But anyway, guys and ladies, take care. Goodbye.